All right, hi everyone. Okay, so the session on our futures learning. Okay, I'm TH Futures here, and let's see what are here to do better. Okay, make ourselves better traders. So what I'll request is like you can keep your mics unmuted if there is no background noise, and let's make this as interactive as possible. Okay, feel free to ask your questions because unless you guys ask questions or let me know like what you are trying to understand, I really can't help it. Okay, what I can do is like at best show like based on what I trade, okay, what are like my premises while trading and like that. Okay, but you need to actually, if you're showing up here and spending time, okay, you need to make it worth your while. Okay, feel free to ask as many questions as you want over the next 55 minutes. All right, so let's get going. Anyone of you remember where we left off last time? If no, then let me recap a bit and pick it up from here. So last time we spoke about the benefits of like trading futures, the benefits of being a funded trader, okay, not trading with your own money, starting with the funded account, okay, trying to pass the evaluation, then move on to the real account, and then start trading on that. So that's where we left off. What we're going to do today is basically look into like what are the strategies we can use to trade or what are the preparations that we should be taking before trading. Okay. So the first thing that I do is like those of you use TradingView or Webull, okay, is like take the SPY chart or the QQQ chart. Okay. And do you remember like SPY and QQQ? These typically move in tandem. Okay. The moves are almost similar, very much a mirror image of each other. So what I typically do is if you look at my SPY chart and QQQ chart, this is the 4x4 chart on TradingView. Okay. I prefer to have this open. I basically trade on the 1 minute time frames. So I typically on my right side, you will see here, this is QQQ chart and this is like SPY chart. This one, the left side is always my reference time frame. Okay, over here, what I do is like I have bookmarked what are my favorite time frames to look into. Typically, when I'm day trading, I move between 5, 15, 30, and 1 hour. Try to understand like where the overall trend is. Okay, so that is there. Now, what do I do next? Okay, like I try to find out like typically what are the support and resistance points for SPY. The white lines that you see on this chart has been marked over time. Okay, and these levels hold pretty well on SPY. Similarly, on QQQ, it's the same. Okay, these charts are marked only on the daily levels. Okay, nothing else typically. So here you see like this is marked on the daily levels. Okay, so I know very well like whenever sometimes what happens is like if you are trading NQ, you need to track the moves on SPY as well. Because sometimes like it comes to a point near SPY, a support or resistance point near SPY, and it basically bounces from there. Same with ES. You're trading ES, you need to keep an eye on QQQ because sometimes it will come to a point near QQQ and it will bounce from there. Okay, in whichever direction you're looking at. That's very atypical. So what we do over here is keep these two charts open and we always try to see switching between the time frames. Where is it going? Okay, if you are near a major EMAs or any major support points and that is something we need to consider always. Okay, we need to understand what is happening because that basically gives us an understanding, right, where the chart might go next. We don't try to just take assumptions and trade. Rather, what we do is like we try to increase our probability of success. How do we do that? Let's see if I'm on the daily chart here. It's a SPY, right? So tomorrow when I'm trading, if I'm seeing like expecting a move for SPY to move up to 508, it won't be very illogical. Based on what? Based on two things basically. One is like look at your 508. We do have a support line from sorry, a resistance line from before, and you have your 20 EMA on the daily, which is the blue line. So both are there. So tomorrow if SPY is moving up, there is a very high chance that when SPY comes to that area, we will see some rejection. Okay, so that's on the SPY and QQQ charts. And next, what I do is like every single morning, I try to find out the pre-market levels. Those are like super important. Okay. And the reason being, once those levels are breached, okay, you will see the move to the upside or downside. Like these are the levels I try to give you all every single day in the morning, way before market starts, to make sure that you are well prepped. If you look at it today, what happened? We opened, we just tested the upper limit and it's a straight move up. Okay. So you basically, these levels can work as support and resistance both. So when it's moving up, try to use it as a support. Okay. It came to this level straight. Okay. There is nothing. If we look at the 1 minute, you will see like straight from here, it just toyed around here and straight away it made a move up based on the news. So this is what we are trying to catch every single day. Okay. Catching just one good move a day is good enough for you to make good amount of money over here. Okay, so these levels, I typically go over the different time frames, 15, 30, 1 hour to see like where we are near before near previous historic touch points. And based on that, I come up with these two levels dotted in orange lines every single day. Okay, so before the day begins, this is my typical exercise. I do a little bit more. So what I do typically is, if you look at my chart on NQ, okay, we'll take this as an example. Same grade, I execute on the 1 minute. My reference is the 5 minute. And this one, I toggle between 15, 30 minutes pretty often just to find out like where it might go. Okay, so what do we do over here? What I do is, and if anyone has any questions, please feel free to stop me, okay, and ask. So what I do over here, every single week, the week ends, I typically mark like what were the highs and lows of that particular week. Next, every single day, once the session ends, okay, before I start trading, I will mark the highs and lows of the current day, which you can see right over here, the two white lines that are here. Okay, so that is done. Next, what do I do? The reason I love using TradingView is like your lines never get deleted. Okay, so here basically what am I doing? Just give me a minute. This is a trade I didn't want to take at this time. Where did this even come from? Sorry, guys. Bear with me for a sec. I forgot to cancel an order. Okay, it just got triggered. Anyway, let's go on with it. Okay, we'll close it in due course. Anyway, so next, what do I see? On the 30-minute time frame, this is my key time frame over here. Okay, when I'm trading at any particular point of time. So here, basically, what I'm doing is the 30-minute time frame, I am trying to find out exactly where basically there are inflection points. And it's very simple. You should not be searching for your support and resistance. Okay. What you should be rather searching for, that's not bad. That's like 16 bucks in. I just took 1 point of an NQ contract that got filled. Anyway, let's start. Okay, so here basically what do I try to see? I try to see from anywhere previously there are bounces. Okay, how do I find it out? Pretty simple. Look at the chart. Can you guys clearly see the bounce points on this chart where the orange lines are marked? Or is it very difficult to understand based on what the orange lines are marked? Cannot? Okay, look, let's start with this right here, right? One, one, two. Okay, next. On this one, this came from much earlier. One, two, three. Okay, and four you have. Let's look at the next one right over here. Let's look at the next one right over here. Okay, this is where we are expecting NQ to go. Next. Okay, next, right over here. So these basically are, what are they doing? Then this is basically where we stopped today, right around here. Okay, so these lines are basically giving you a short-term support and resistance. We are drawing it from 30 minutes on the orange lines. Okay, so It's not very complicated. We try to keep things very simple. The more simple you keep, the easier it becomes. Okay. See, all the lines basically, they are places from where this thing has bounced in one way or other. That's what we are trying to catch right here. Okay, it's not a rocket science, trust me. If it was, I would be the least successful person trading because there are way other people who are way smarter than me. Okay, so it's all about like how you figure this out. Now, coming back, these lines are marked and these lines are kept. So what do I do end of the day? Each end of the day, end of each day, what I do is roughly I look at the previous day's highs and lows. Okay, just the previous day's highs and lows. Nothing else. I mark that. Okay, next, what do? I typically look into like, does my orange lines need a little bit of adjusting here and there? I just adjust them a little bit. If something completely new comes up, we draw that line. Otherwise, we'll just adjust those. That's it. Okay, and we're good to go for the next day. So I'll stop here and let you guys ask questions. Anything you guys feel like, whatever we discussed till now. Anyone? Oh, okay. So I take it that you all understood till now, like what I have been discussing about. Okay. So next comes the part. How do we execute trades?
Después es lo que estoy haciendo.
I would like to hear about your strategies as well, whatever you guys are doing. Okay.
Entonces,
Now, to execute the trades, let's start from market open today. Okay. I can only talk about my strategy, but if you're here, if I was in your shoes, I would have actually asked about my own strategy. I mean, not mine. I mean, your strategy, how well it fits, what you can do to improve. Okay, what might make you a better trader? I would have actually focused on those things by asking questions. So you guys are a very silent bunch, so I have to go on by my own. Okay, as nobody's talking. Let's look at like what are the trades that we had on offer today. So right at market open, okay, the market opens. Let's say you're trading even earlier than that. Let's say you're trading from the morning. Okay. The reason I love futures is most days, typically I run about 4 accounts on any given day. Okay. I make about 200 to 250 on each account. I'm done. Some of the days are better than others. Okay. If the opportunity arises or if I'm live trading with you guys, I try to keep trades open a bit longer to take the benefits. Okay. Now, let's say you start 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Can you guys tell me like what's the first trade that you see? Right at 8 a.m. in the morning, there's a trade that's staring at you right in your face. Any volunteers? There's no wrong answer. Don't be shy. Bro, not you. You know all the answers. Okay, you're a way better trader than me. You're not allowed to speak. Okay. Yeah. Anyone else? Look, this trade, we were coming down from a downside, right? You reclaimed your 9 EMA, you reclaimed your 20 EMA. If you took this trade right after this, when you had the close up of the 9 and the 20 EMA both, you took those right here, you easily have room up to the 200 EMA because 200 EMA VWAP, these things pulls like magnets. Okay. See where it fell down to? Right to VWAP. Then you can see only one way. Things are moving up. Okay. So what happens? Right from here, if you took this trade, okay, let's say you know least bit about trading. You took this trade. Once you saw this close above both the EMAs coming from a downside, you hit your buy button, okay, which is let's say at you got filled on the high side, let's say 377. You want to ride it up to 200 EMA. This is an 11-point trade, guys. Okay, in less than 10 minutes, If you took only one contract, that's like 220 bucks. That's not bad to start your morning with. Okay, very simple strategies. Look, next, you broke through your 200 EMA. Let's say you missed your first trade. You broke through your 200 EMA. Keep on looking at the 5 minutes also here, right? Even when I'm pointing to the 1 minute, you broke through your 200 EMA, you moved up. Naturally, you are very bullish right now. Okay, take the trade right over here, 17,392. Why do you ride it up to? Okay, you ride it up to till your 9 EMA breaks anytime. So where do you go? This breaks, you get out. Okay, this is again 392. Let's say you saw this, you couldn't get out immediately. You went out at 405. That's 13 points. That's another 260 bucks. Is it difficult to make money trading futures? It seems like, honestly, to me, even sometimes now, it seems like, but when you keep things very simple, okay, it works like magic. Okay, you take it here, your 200 EMA broke, you're coming from a downside. Okay, you missed the first trade, doesn't matter. You took it right here, write it up till you see your 9 EMA being broken. Very, very simple trade. Okay, next, what do you do? On the 1 minute, okay, you never had a significant close below your 20, right? So even if you took it on the 20, and where do you set your stop loss? You set your stop loss probably somewhere right below 200 if you're taking this trade. Okay. You took it on the 20, you keep on riding it up till you see any significant close because your 5 minute is not showing you any sign of weakness right over here. Okay, it's extremely bullish. So what do? You keep on riding this. Okay, you keep on riding this all the way. Let's say market opens, you don't want to keep it on. Okay, you switch it off. You take one trade from here till it hits your 20 EMA. You get in again. Okay, take another trade, and naturally you should be moving up your stops. Okay, and keep doing the same thing. Just follow your EMAs for trends. Keep it uncomplicated. I typically don't trade the first 15 to 30 minutes of market open. I'm not smart enough for that. So let's give it a bit of rest. Any questions till now? None? God, either you guys are way smarter traders than me and traders have, Inza, okay, or you guys got it all figured out. Or whatever I'm speaking is just not making any sense. I can't think of any other thing. All right. So market opens, right? Let's say 10 a.m. Once things settle down a bit, we start looking into the trades. Now, it's 10 a.m. here, right here. We look at our 5 minutes. Okay, what do we see? We're still in uptrend. We haven't broken our uptrend anytime. Just give me a second. I'm very curious. Where did my EMAs go? Most likely I crossed it out on the 5 minutes. Give me a sec. That's pretty weird. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Let me just pull up the chart properly. Give me a sec. Just give me 1 sec. This is like super weird. Sorry guys, just give me 1 second. Let's try to figure out what the hell did my EMS go. Most probably when I was clicking it probably clicked off. No worries, we'll got it figured out. This is very weird. Sorry guys, just give me a sec. Because I really can't show you guys without the EMS being present. This is kind of really weird. Even when I'm duplicating the tab, it's not opening up with the EMAs. But anyway, let's just do it the other way around. Okay, okay. So where were we? Sorry. Okay. So we were right here. Market opens 10 a.m. We were trying to figure out what to do next. Okay. So market opens. We're sitting back. It's right 10 a.m. We're looking into what's happening here. Okay. Do we have a trade or we don't have a trade? And if you don't mind, would you mind muting your mic? Because you have background noise here. If not, I have to server mute you. If you have a question or something, just type in the chat. Okay. So what happens is, look, 10 a.m., we are right around here. Do we have a trade? What do you guys think? Yes or no? You're coming down, you're breaking down below your 20, but immediately you're bouncing back, right? Your trend is still very, very much valid. Okay. The trend that was continuing right from here, this is super valid still. Okay. So what do? We take the trade here. Okay. Once this reclaim is done, look, it never broke below. Okay. You just keep on riding this. This one single trade, if I wasn't working, okay, I couldn't catch it actually that time. I caught it much later. Okay. So if you manage to take this trade right after this reclaim is done, let's say from 497, and you just rode it till your EMAs broke, okay, till this happened. This is where your significant close, and you keep on pushing your stops up. So from 497 to 560, or let's make it easier, 557. That is a 60-point trade. One contract, 1,200 bucks. You should be done for the day very, very well. Okay, this is how simple trading futures is. To the downside, you see a break significantly from a level. Okay, we tried to make a high here, try to make this high again. Immediately there is a rejection. So what does this mean? This means that there is a lot of sellers sitting right around this place. So what do? When you see a rejection right here, that clearly tells you, okay, this thing is rejecting. It's going to come down to the next level. Where is your next level? Right around here. It played out almost to a T. When you saw this, if you're already up, you want to take some risk, just hit the sell button here. That's another like 20-point trade over here, or easy 15 points, 300 bucks. Similarly, again, when you see the reclaims, go in and keep looking at the major trend. Your major trend, which is the 5 minutes over here because you're trading on a 1 minute chart, is never broken. You just keep riding it. That's it. Okay. Every time it goes up, because your trend is clearly showing you we are on an uptrend. We are on an uptrending day. Every break you get, try not to short because your overall trend is saying like you're on an uptrend. Every break you get, take it, ride it, take it, ride it. And look, TraderSub has got such a beautiful indicator over here. If you are not so sure about your own support and resistances, you can basically use that. I draw my own, but I always keep it open because like I feel very confident with the TraderSub indicator over here. Okay, with that, basically, that also shows you like whichever time frame you're in, where is your support and resistance. It makes it much easier. So same thing, rinse and repeat. Every single time after a downtrend, you see a reclaim, you take it and you just keep on riding it. That's it. Okay, it's not a rocket science, guys. And if you're targeting to make like a few $100, 1 to 2 trades a day, that should be enough to give you like $200 to $300. Okay, easy. Just look at how many trades I'll show you over here. Again, we're steady, steady, steady. This level, it tried to break for a long time. It couldn't manage to break. Okay, now what happens? We broke this level, moved up significantly. Great. Look at your EMA, what your EMA is telling you. Your EMA is telling you right there, there is the trade. Just take it. Okay, because you're not breaking. You're not breaking your EMA. Your EMA can work as great support and resistances as well. So take it right here, go in, okay, and keep moving up till you see the break. You see this? Okay, this is by this time your stops should have been, if you are entering here, you should be gradually moving it up. Okay, you should be gradually moving it up the low of the last bar. You see it here. By this time your stop would have been hit actually here. So this is another not a bad trade. Okay, 630. Let's say you took it right here. Okay, when your EMA is not broken, you're going up 615. That's another 15 points. That's actually how I trade every single day. I don't have any secret sauce, anything. Right over here, this is a good short. You're coming down, broke below 200, closed below 200. Your 5 minutes is showing you like red candles all through, right? Red indecision candles all through. So what do? You basically take the trade right over there. Okay, so you take the trade and then you just keep waiting, okay, to see like how far you can write it down. If you can write it down to another level, which is great. Okay, how do you figure it out? Look at the chart. It's telling you like around this place, we are seeing the bounce. So this place is the next level that you can target. So if you basically took the trade right around here, okay, let's say you took it at 610, even you are waiting a bit to close it down. You keep on moving your stops. Okay, let's say right around here you got hit. So even if you did that, that's like a 9 pointer. It's not bad. And these are all scalps. Okay, my strategy is completely scalping because I basically on the funded accounts. I don't trade with my own money at all. So whatever is there, I have to do it in the same day. That's the reason basically I scalp. Any questions so far? None? So like I said, I'm pretty sure you guys got it all figured out. Okay. No questions from anyone? All right. Next, how do we manage our funded accounts? Because I got DMs from few of you that you're facing challenges. Okay. The key to passing and keeping a funded account is very plain and simple. You need to make sure you're position sizing it right. Okay. It's very easy to make money over here. It's more easy to lose money over here. When I say it's more easy to lose money over here, if you don't position size properly, let's say you are on a 50K account. Okay, a 50K account costs you roughly about $33 to get started. Okay, it's not a big deal. Now, don't think of it like it's just $33. Think of it this way. You are here to keep this account. Okay, you want to pass this account and keep this account to make regular money. Think of it that way. 50K account allows you to go for up to 10 contracts, correct? We take 10 contracts straight away? Absolutely no. Okay, you take maximum 2 contracts on a 50K account. If you're very sure about the trade, maybe you can take 3 or 4, not more than that. Okay, I prefer not to go more than 20% of the account size on the first go. So that way, if I need to average up or average down in whichever side of the trade I'm in, I have lots of space left for me. Okay, so if I'm going with like 2 contracts initially, if I need to double down, I can easily do 4 later. Then if I need to, okay, so that will bring up my average, sorry, my average price up. Let's say if I'm going short, okay, so that will bring up my average price up with 6 contracts. Now, if your contracts are not playing out, what you do is like you basically decide what's your risk to reward ratio. Roughly, it should be 1:1. Okay, when I say a 1:1 risk to reward ratio, that means like you should be risking $200 to make $200, not more than that. Okay, if your risk to reward ratio is higher than that, something is very wrong, my friend. Okay, your risk to reward ratio should never be more than 1:1 because on a 1:1, what happens is like even if you lose some money, you are still good to go. Okay, you can make it up on the next trade. If you are willing to lose $400 to make $200, you need two trades to make up the money that you lose. Okay, so if you're targeting to make $100, be ready to lose $100, not more than that. Does it make sense? And you're going in with like a limited number of contracts. In that way, even if you're trading NQ or ES, you will find it quite difficult to blow up your accounts. So that's the way basically you trade. If you're trading with like 5 contracts straight away, on a 50K account, you basically have room for only 5 more if things doesn't go your way. And if it doesn't go your way, you are actually up for quite some sweating, quite some nail biting time, right? You definitely don't want to do that. So what you do is like position size it until you get the hang of things, okay, how things work out in the futures world. I would strongly say that you play with the minis, sorry, the micros, okay, M&Q or MES. If you cannot manage one MES contract, you cannot manage a ES contract. That's it. Okay. So you need to be patient, wait for the right setup to come through. Okay. Whatever works out well for you, whatever fits your strategy properly, you need to make sure that you're getting there and then you go ahead with the trading. That's it. Okay. Now the beauty of what we have is like we discovered funded accounts way earlier than most traders do. So that puts it at a significant advantage. To get started with futures, okay, I will definitely share the link again. Okay. Yeah. I'll just share it in the chat so that because if I give it to you in the DM, it will be on one person. I'll share it in the chat so all of you can use it with the referral codes. AX is running, I think, till end of this month, 80% off. So that is basically just 35 bucks or even less to get you started. Okay. So don't think of it like I'm just doing it with 35 bucks. If you have that mentality, you'll keep on like messing it up. Rather think of it like, yup, I am putting in my own money into this trade. It's not the company's money, it's my own money. Treat it that way. Okay, I still count for every single dollar I make or lose. So that way you will see like you'll do really good. Okay, so that's pretty much all I had from myself. Now, the floor is open if anyone wants to ask any questions. You guys have been, and ladies have been very silent till now. Anything, don't be shy. There is absolutely no dumb questions. Nobody will think anything of you if you're asking a question. So, anyone wants to ask anything? I will unmute your mic also, Golden State, if you want to ask something. So, no questions? Yeah, tell me. Hmm? Okay, so if it breaks a certain level, okay, if it breaks a certain level, I will definitely look into like I do have an idea, right? Where am I going with the trade? Okay, let's look at NQ right now. This is the ideal place to short because from here we will definitely see some pullback. Okay, now what is my level basically to get out of a trade here? I definitely have some plans, right? So looking here, if this is happening, so what shall I do? Where should my stop be if I'm shorting here? Okay, I actually am in a short trade right now while talking to you guys. I shorted at 17,715. Okay, so what would I do? What am I looking for? I'm looking for a quick 3 points over here. for this to come down to this area, 12 to take it. How far shall I go?
Do you mean the
Okay,
stops?
so looking here, yep, where should my stop be? Okay, my stop would be very simple, right around the highs of these bars. Okay, I'm not going to touch all the way, but I'm looking right around here to here. Okay, because like this was an area before we had resistances. Okay, so over here, basically, if we hit 22, which is roughly about 7 points from where I took the trade, probably I would close this trade. Okay, because after this, if it goes through this, I need to have a close above this level. Okay, if it closes above this and starts going up, then this is way too much because the next level I have is 47. I'm not going to risk all the way up to 47 over here on this. Okay, does it make sense? I don't use a fixed stop loss like 10 points, 5 points, 3 points like that. I rather would let the chart tell me where to stop. Done. I made 60 bucks, guys. Yep, I told you guys, right? I took the short at 77.15 right around here because I was expecting when it comes to this level, we will see a liquidity pool. Okay, exactly here. I told you even my stops. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm taking this trade live with you guys. Okay, I said like, where am I gonna wait till? This is your 9 EMA. I'm gonna wait a little bit before that, keeping it safe. So that's like a 3 point trade. Okay, on one contract, that's like 57 bucks. It's gonna drop more. If it breaks this and starts coming down, I will short it again. That's it. Now, where shall I average up? There is a limit where I can average up, right? I don't want to jeopardize my account. Okay. Like if this was daytime, I wouldn't have actually closed this trade where I told you guys. Okay, because there is lots of liquidity. But during the night, there is less liquidity. Okay. If things start shooting up or down in one direction in the evenings after hours, they just keep on moving like crazy because it just takes a small number of contracts to move things. Okay, whatever is traded here, let's say in 15 minutes during the day, probably we will see the same amount of trades happening in less than 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so when you see that, what do? Do you want to risk your account? Absolutely no. Okay, you don't want to do that. So what would you rather do? Okay, this looks again good for a short. You guys want to take the trade with me?
Sure.
And tell me like what am I looking at on the trade?
Short.
Yep, from where to
Uh,
where?
uh, no, 60.
EMA 20 is broken on the one, but your answer is very close. Look
EMA
at the
60 is the
5 minute.
target. EMA 60 is the target, right?
60
On
on
one
one
minute.
minute and
Okay.
9 on the 5 minutes.
Hmm?
Okay, yeah. That's why like we're very specific, right? Yeah, this is exactly what we want to see. Okay. But where do I take the short? Do I take it right now? Or no.
On the 9 EMA,
I would rather exactly. Okay, this is where I place my order 17710. Okay. But if it keeps on breaking down, I would rather take a market order here. Now, I'd be a little bit cautious to short here because look, on the 5 minute, your trend is still intact. You haven't broken your 9. Okay, so that's something you need to keep in mind as well. So here we are just looking, seeing like what happens. Let's look at the close of this bar and we'll think about it. You know, doesn't look very good, doesn't seem to have much prospect. Let's take one at 7. Okay, I'm in. Now this one, I will definitely average it up. Okay, if it goes up. So let's see. Goes from 7. We are targeting basically something like that'd be nice if we can catch a 5 pointer here, but let's see. Most probably 4 would be more reasonable, like a 3. Okay, so based on what did I get that number? Look here. From here, basically, we can see the bounces. Okay, so that's why we took it there. Now this one, where shall we average up? We'll take it basically not too high. We'll take it somewhere around 13 is probably the place where we'll average it up if it goes up. Okay, so that's how simple you keep things. Okay, like if we waited till 10, we'd be already in the money. Okay, we took it a little bit early. Okay, taking it on the 10 would have been the right decision. But you don't want to miss out on the trade sometimes. You get in. If it works out, well and good. If it doesn't, nothing to do. Okay. Does it make sense for you guys, what I discussed till now? Any questions that you may have, feel free to ask. Because when I was initially learning, okay, trust me, Ninja knows, okay, the server that we were all in, okay, I used to pepper with question. I used to ask like 1,002 questions. Okay, what's the worst thing that can happen when asking questions? Somebody might not answer me. I might get ignored. Nothing worse than that, right? I'm not going to lose money asking questions. But that's the easiest way to get away with my doubts, learn things properly. So tell me what other questions you guys have. Anything, feel free to ask.
So
So
even
what
on
if
the, go ahead, go ahead.
so what if there is some news and it goes in the opposite direction? Like uh, I don't think you put a stop loss every time, right?
I put a stop loss every single time because I
Oh,
have
you
been
put a
burnt
stop loss
badly
every.
not putting stop losses. Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Because you
so
need
you're
to
consistent.
protect your account, right? Don't think of it like you spend only $35 or $40 to get the account. Think of it like actually when we pay at a 50K account, it's not a 50K account. I think I told you guys, right? Think of it always what's the maximum loss limit they're allowing you, which is 2,500. So that account, think of it is like 2,500 is what you are allowed to play with. Think of it, it's $2,500 of your own money. Okay. If I lose 500, I can make it back. But if I lose 1,500, it's going to be very difficult for me to recover from there and keep the account.
So when you are placing an account, when you are placing an order, like you also put the stop loss.
Yep. Okay. My orders are always like whichever platform you're in, whether NinjaTrader or Tradeovate, you can always put in like bracket orders. Okay. So always try to put bracket orders. In that way, you don't have to worry about placing your stop loss or profit taker. The moment your order gets executed, automatically your profit taker and stop loss comes. So typically what I do is because like you need to adjust it sometimes. Okay, I put like 10 and 10. Okay, ones to one. Then I'm in the trade. Once I'm in the trade, then I will basically adjust it. Look into like which way to put that in.
Okay.
Okay, if you guys need help with like how to set up bracket orders, let me or Ninja Trade know. Okay, we'll make a video, a short video to show you guys how to do it.
Sure, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? So no more questions. Can I ask you guys then a question? Like all the people who are here, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, except Ninja Trade. So that means there is 8 other people here, right? So how successful are you trading futures? How do you evaluate yourself? Anyone can volunteer for the answer. There's no shame. If you're failing, that's okay. All right, because we all got to learn. For some people, it may take 3 months. For some people, it may take 1 month. For some, it may take a year. No answers? I take it like you guys are all successful then. Okay. And any more questions? If not, then we'll call it a night here. Okay. I am in on 3 contracts. My average is 11. So what am I going to do here? Any idea? Tell me. I'm going to take out 2 contract at the first opportunity I get. Okay, because I didn't want to be with more than 1 contract at any time here. Okay, so 2 contracts, I'm going to take it out at 1075, and then the last one, I'll still keep holding it. Okay, to see like where it goes.
But where is your stop?
So that would be my, what do you think is my stop?
I mean, on the above high,
Or what do you think should my stop be? Okay, the high is
on
what?
on top of the
1850.
high,
So where do you think I'll place my
1875.
stop?
Just
18?
1919.
Oh, that would be too close. That'd be way too close.
So
Okay,
where would you put?
my stop would be actually around 21.
Okay. So 1850 is
Okay,
the high, and
because you
21 would be your
definitely
stop.
don't
Okay.
want to get wigged out. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, you don't want to be put it too high because sometimes what happens is they just wake up right over there, take your trade, and then it goes down. You definitely don't want to be in that place.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the plan. Okay, now tell me, why is this trade not working out for us? Trade that we took last, why do you think it's not working out till now? Or why we're having a hard time now? I'm down like what? 285 bucks? Okay. But why do you think it is?
I had put my stop actually, and I was knocked out. Uh, the
You
115
took
loss.
out the trade?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I keep my stops like around 5 points, so standard,
Okay. Mhm.
and yeah, that's taken out.
As long as it works for you, that's fine. Okay. But why do you think this trade went totally against us? What do you
Uh,
think we did wrong? It's very obvious. Look at your 5 minutes, right? When we basically took the trade, okay, it actually never broke the trend. You remember I was telling you guys, like your trend on the 5 minute remains intact. Okay, that's why we're struggling with it because you went totally against the trade. Okay, so if you go against the trend, basically you are taking a huge risk over here. Rather, if we waited for a reclaim and we took in the trade right around here, reclaiming, okay, not here, not here. Rather, if we took it here, it would have been a way better trade for us. Okay, we could have easily been in the money. So that's why you don't counter trade. Rather, try to go with the trend always. Okay, so that's the idea. That if you just follow the trend, you should be good on this. Okay, this definitely will come down, but gotta sweat it out now. Okay, so probably I will have to take a little bit more. Okay, to
so
bring my average up,
how are we
or I
so
will just
sure?
have to cut it at 21. I'm sorry.
How are we so sure that it's gonna come down because of the resistance over there, on the high, at the high? Is that what?
Not really. Okay, what happens is like what we are seeing right now, we are on an uptrend, but in the evenings, what you will see is like the trend basically settles down. Okay, starts coming down after a while. And we're
Exactly.
just pushing up continuously. So what happens is like at some or other point, you'll have a pullback over here. Now, do you have the appetite for that? That's a different question altogether. And you see the reason I put my stops at 21, the highest it hit right now is like 2050, which would have wicked me out if I put it anything lower. Okay, so that's the reason basically I put it at 21, because a lot of people they will put it a round number which is 20, and then to rate their stop losses, it's gonna wick you up to 20, just a little bit above 20. So you don't want to take that risk. So that's why my stop is at 21. Does it make sense for you now why I put my stop at 21?
Yeah.
Okay. I might be wrong over here. Nobody's absolutely certain whenever you're taking a trade or not. Okay, but still, you try to maximize your probability. That's it. That's how I see trading. Okay. Any other questions? Tell me, guys and ladies.
So how do you validate it on 5 minutes for your confirmation to go short in our
I
EA,
did
for
not.
example?
I did not. See, this is the mistake I
No,
made
but
on this trade.
that's what
Okay.
I'm. My question is like, which one
Oh,
could have
okay.
been right, correct trade?
Yes.
Is the
Exactly
question.
see where my mouse is. We broke below. We're breaking below. We're breaking below. This is your ultimate confirmation to go short here. Okay, and this trade would have played
Mm,
perfectly. Okay, this, the one that we took here, look at the 1 minute, look at the 5 minute. Your 5 minute never even broke any trend. Okay, so that's why like you're sweating it out now.
still, yeah.
Okay, so you definitely need to play with the trend. Whichever way the trend is going, you need to play it accordingly. That's it.
So you're saying so for the confirmation, it has to break the 5 minute 9 EMA as well. So that way, I
Yeah,
mean, it has to close
exactly.
below 9 minutes so we can
Yep.
take that as a
And
confirmation to go short.
yep,
Okay.
you go more strong if it breaks below 20 because 9 EMA is pretty fickle, especially on the 1 minute chart. Okay. I love 20 EMA more. Okay, that is actually my go-to EMA. It breaks below 20, you are pretty much sure that is your trend. Okay, right now we are completely uptrending. Okay, I would be pretty lucky to get out of this trade at break even for a sleep. If not, what I'll do is I'll close this tonight. I'll make it back like whatever I had lost tomorrow. Okay, but I will not keep it open for the whole night or go to sleep. I simply can't do that. Okay, all of us are different. It just doesn't go with me. So I was up like 143 bucks. I'm down like still about 270. So I'll wait for maybe another 30 minutes, see where it goes. If it hits my stop, that's it. Okay. If not, wherever it is, I'll just close and move on. Because tomorrow is a whole new day. Okay, so that's something that I can always make it up. So that's how I look at trading. And if I got it at 21, yeah, that's a bit of substantial loss. That's like about 600. But at that point, I know like that's up to maximum what I can easily recover in a day. Okay. But more than that, that would make it difficult for me to recover. So before you go into the trade, you definitely need to have those plans in. Okay, that, yeah, where is my space to get out? Where is my space to get in? And these things, if you keep it in mind, it makes it much more simpler. Right, so we are almost at time here. Okay, so does anyone have any more questions? If not, are these sessions helping you guys out to understand like what we think of futures, how we trade them, and all that?